call to order.
Adequate notice of this meeting was provided and published in the Asbury Park Press and the Ocean Star on January 27, 2023. Copies of the agenda were provided to the newspaper posted on public bulletin boards in the Township website.
Roll call.
Councilman Albanese. Councilwoman Pontoriero.
Here.
Councilman Ambrosino.
Here.
Councilman Minikino.
Here.
Councilwoman Travers.
Here.
Vice President Zapsik.
Here.
President DeYoung.
Here.
Thank you.
I'd ask everybody to please rise for a salute to the flag, followed by a moment of silence in which Girl Scout Troop 60124 will lead us. If you guys want to come on up. That's the flag right there.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may be seated. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
May I please have a motion and a second to approve the minutes from November 21st, 2023, please?
Motion.
Second. Roll call.
Councilwoman Pontoriero.
Yes.
Councilman Ambrosino.
Abstain.
Councilman Minikino.
Yes.
Councilwoman Travers.
Yes.
Vice President Zapsik.
Yes.
President DeYoung.
Yes.
Thank you.
We are now going to invite Mayor Crate up for a presentation recognizing Riley Sherwood. Ms. Sherwood, would you like to come on up?
You can come on over here. So this is Riley Sherwood. I had the opportunity to meet Riley shortly after I became mayor here in Brick Township, and we talked about an idea that she had for helping out teachers here in Brick Township with creating what we would call now a supply drive, but it's a lot more than that. So I got to work with Riley. I think we sat down in May or June, and we worked out some things that we could do together to help you out. And I was very happy to do that. And I wanted to take the time right now to really recognize all of the hard work that Riley put into her Silver Award. So I'm going to read a little bit about what we did. So the Girl Scouts was founded in 1912 in Savannah, Georgia, in case you didn't know, by Juliette Gordon Low, and chartered by the U.S. Congress in 1950. Girl Scouting builds girls' courage, confidence through enriching experiences such as field trips and community service projects, which is how we met. One such project is that of Riley Sherwood, who's working towards obtaining her Silver Award, one of the highest awards in Girl Scouting. Riley's project, called Project Fill the Classroom, was created to alleviate the financial burden on educators by collecting new and gently used school supplies. Once her collection was complete, she hosted over 200 local educators at her market-style event where they were able to choose needed items for their classrooms. Riley's project did not stop there. She encouraged PTAs, PTOs, and other community clubs to continue their own version of Project Fill the Classroom for ongoing support for teachers and students alike. And I will say, before I finish this, that as a teacher of over 30 years, this is something that I think is super helpful to teachers. On average, teachers put out anywhere between $200 and close to $1,000 a year in getting supplies for their classrooms, depending on the grade level they teach and the subject area that they teach. And I can attest to that because I have put out countless money of my own because I want the things that I need for my students to succeed. And we know now that obviously our schools are struggling and that teachers want to do all that they can to help their students. And Riley stepped in to assist those teachers to be able to do so. So therefore, I, Lisa Crate, Mayor of the Township of Brick in the County of Ocean in the state of New Jersey, in recognition of Riley Sherwood's Project Fill the Classroom, do hereby proclaim Wednesday, December 13th, 2023 to be Riley Sherwood Day. in the Township of Brick, and I call upon Girl Scouts, parents and educators and residents to congratulate Riley on her Silver Award project and wishing her continuing success with the Girl Scouts of America. So congratulations. And do you want to talk about your project?
Sure.
Okay.
The purpose of my project was to create conversations in important places about how important teachers are to our community. And I am just so very grateful of all that help by the mayor and everybody in our community that helped us. And I just would like to say a big thank you because they played a big role in this too.
And thank you to our Girl Scouts for helping me with the judge and visiting my office. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You can escape now. Now's the chance. We're going to be moving on to our consent agenda.
All
Madam
matters listed under item consent agenda will be enacted by one motion in the form listed below. If discussion is desired on any item, this item will be removed from the consent agenda and will be considered separately.
Very good. We have resolution 4.8 has been removed from this agenda. We are now moving on to the resolutions. 4.1.
Authorize support of including casinos under New Jersey Smoke-Free Act.
Council Vice President Zapsik.
Thank you, Council President. When New Jersey's Smoke-Free Air Act took effect on April 15, 2006, prohibiting smoking from all workplaces, it included an exemption for Atlantic City casinos, exposing thousands of workers and casino patrons to well-documented dangers of secondhand smoke. This has been an exemption that has challenged the public health community and has negatively affected thousands of New Jersey workers, as bills intended to close that loophole have been introduced and failed in every legislative session since then. As a result of the COVID-19 pandemic, a brief ban on smoking in Atlantic City casinos remained in place after their reopening until July 3rd, 2021. For the first time ever, workers there were able to breathe clean, smoke-free air at their work site, and remarkably, revenues did not suffer, as casino owners have long alleged. It has now been over 2 years since smoking returned to the Atlantic City casinos, and in this current legislative session, Senate Bill S-264 and Assembly Bill A-2151 are pending in their respective health committees. Together, they have earned more co-sponsors than most other bills introduced in this legislative session in Trenton, with a bipartisan majority in both chambers. The governor has indicated that he will sign a bill eliminating casino smoking if it gets to his desk. However, despite the collective voices of over 3,000 casino workers advocating for relief, the bill to end this exemption has stalled once again in the legislature. Over the last several months, testimony has been heard multiple times in both the Senate and Assembly Health Committees. Casino dealers have spoken passionately about their working conditions, including how they're not permitted to take so much as a step back from the table or even turn their heads when a customer blows smoke in their faces. They spoke about smoke-related illnesses and that they have suffered, and colleagues who have died prematurely. They spoke about how the casino owners play fast and loose with how they measure the 25% of the gaming floor where smoking is allowed, and how a non-smoking table can quickly become a smoking table if a patron requests it. Opposed to the legislation, the Casino Association of New Jersey predicts loss of jobs and loss of state gaming revenue, but has presented little data to support the allegations. After stalling through most of this legislative session, the Casino Association is proposing an amendment to install dedicated smoking rooms that dealers can volunteer to work in. They've had 17 years to work within the parameters of the exemption to create a safe working environment for their gaming floor employees and have failed to do so, opting to put profits over people. There's no reason to think that they are sincere in caring about their employees now. The window to move a clean bill through both committees to full floor votes in the Senate and Assembly and to the governor's desk in this session is rapidly closing. If it doesn't happen by January 9th, 2024, the legislation is dead once again, and the process will need to begin anew once again in the next legislative session. S-264 has been posted for yet another hearing on Thursday. Although this resolution tonight is ceremonial only, I want to thank my council colleagues for their consideration in showing their support for the casino workers to be able to breathe clean air in their workplace, a right virtually everyone else in New Jersey enjoys. Thank you.
Thank you. 4-2.
Authorize support of provision of funding of NJ Emergency Medical Task Force for replacement of aging EMS equipment and vehicles.
Councilman Ambrosino.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes the support for the provision of funding by the state of New Jersey to the New Jersey Emergency Medical Services Task Force for both the use of the American Rescue Plan funds for the replacement of aging EMS emergency preparedness equipment and vehicles, and for an allotment in the state budget for the sustainment of the New Jersey Emergency Medical Services Task Force. Brick Township EMS are an active part of the task force, and we have received equipment and support consistently over the years. Thank you.
Thank you. 4-3.
Requesting New Jersey BPU to designate an Ocean Monmouth liaison.
Councilwoman Pontorero, or Candy Cane for tonight.
There you go. Thank you, Madam President. This resolution requests that the current opening on the Board of Public Utilities goes to a qualified individual from Ocean County in order to assure appropriate representation of the interests of the residents and businesses of Ocean County, along with all other shore communities. Thank you.
Thank you. 4-4.
Authorize interlocal agreement with Ocean County Prosecutor, Phoenix Automated Property Reporting System.
Councilman Minikino, or
Thank you.
Scrooge.
This resolution authorizes the exertion of an interlocal agreement between the Township of Brick and the Ocean County Prosecutor's Office for the use of the Pro Phoenix Automated Property Report System. This system is designed to track property transactions with pawned, scrap metal, and secondhand property dealers. Thank you.
Thank you. 4-5.
Authorize shared service agreement, Ocean County Schedule C.
Councilwoman Travers.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes a Schedule C agreement with the County of Ocean as renewed annually to provide assistance to Brick, if needed, for the repair and maintenance of streets and property, in addition to providing certain materials and supplies. The not-to-exceed amount of this agreement is $350,000, $300,000 of which is for roads, $25,000 for engineering, and $25,000 for vehicle services. Thank you.
Thank you. 4-6.
Authorize award of contract, VACCon Parts, Supplies, and Repairs.
Councilman Minikino.
Thank you. This resolution authorizes an award of contract to VACCon Services West Branchburg at the labor rate of $145 per hour for supplies and repairs for the township's jet vac equipment used by the Department of Public Works. Bid notices were provided to prospective bidders, and one bid was received. This vendor currently provides these services to the township. Thank you.
4-7.
Authorize award of contract and rebid snow removal services.
Councilwoman Pontorero.
Thank you, Madam President. This resolution authorizes the award of contract to Alpha Seal, Whiting, and Mecco Inc., located in Clarksburg, New Jersey, for snow removal services. These companies are additional vendors to assist us with snow removal, and in an effort to ensure that we have sufficient equipment, this resolution authorizes a rebid. Thank you.
Thank you. 4-8 is removed. 4-9.
Authorize termination of contract computer and printer supplies.
Council Vice President Zapsik.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes the termination of contract with Ribbons Express Solutions, Cherry Hill. The company requested to rescind their bid as a result of increased costs. The township has the ability to purchase these items through the state contract or through cooperative agreements. Thank you.
Thank you. 410.
Authorize rejection of proposals and request for proposals for health benefits.
Councilwoman Travers.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes the rejection of proposal for health benefits. A critical requirement of the RFP was not met, which deems this non-responsive. The township will go out for another round of proposals. Thank you.
411.
Authorize award of contract 2024 dental insurance DSO Eastern Dental Management.
Councilman Menachino.
Thank you. This resolution authorizes an award of contract for dental insurance to Eastern Dental Clifton at the approved schedule of rate based on the selected coverage. Our current plan terminates on December 31st. This proposed plan provides an estimated $7,200 decrease in the cost of 2024. Thank you.
Thank you. 412.
Authorize award of contract 2024 dental insurance Delta Dental.
This resolution authorizes an award of contract for the township's self-insured dental benefits coverage to Delta Dental of Parsippany. Delta Dental has offered a 0% increase in administrative fees. They offer a large coverage network which allows all employees access to an in-network provider within a reasonable distance. 413.
Authorize award of contract 2024 stop loss insurance Sun Life.
Councilwoman Pontarera.
Thank you, Madam President. This resolution authorizes an award of contract to Sun Life Assurance to provide stop-loss insurance for township employees along with retirees at a schedule of rates based on medical coverage. The term of this contract is 1 year. Thank you.
Thank you. 414.
Authorize award of contract 2024 Vision Insurance United Healthcare Vision.
Councilman Ambrosino.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes an award of contract for vision insurance to United Healthcare Vision at a schedule of rates based on the selected plan. The township has a good history with United Healthcare, and they have offered a 0% increase. Thank you.
Thank you. 415.
Authorize award of contract 2024 Temporary Disability Insurance Guardian.
Councilwoman Pontarera.
Thank you again, Madam President. This resolution authorizes an award of contract to Guardian Life Insurance to provide temporary disability coverage for the township. The term of this contract is 1 year. IMAC Insurance Agency, the broker of record for the Township of Brick, has solicited proposals and recommends the award to Guardian Life Insurance Company of America. Guardian currently provides temporary disability coverage. In this renewal, we will be experiencing a 0% increase. Thank you.
Thank you. 416.
Authorize amendment of fees Traders Cove Marina.
Council Vice President Zapsik.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes an amendment of fees at Traders Cove Marina. The rates are being increased to be more in line with other local marinas. The new rates are $100 per foot for boats up to 26 feet, $110 per foot for boats over 26 feet, and $1,500 for slips under 9 foot wide. Brick residents will continue to receive a $5 per foot discount. Thank you.
Thank you. 417.
Authorize motor vehicle selling licenses 2024.
Councilman Menachino.
Thank you. This resolution authorizes the renewal of 8 motor vehicle selling licenses for 2023. Land use, code enforcement, and the Fire Bureau have inspected the licensees and found them in compliance. Thank you.
Thank you. 418.
Authorize motor vehicle selling license with restrictions 2024 MC Auto Sales.
Councilman Ambrosino.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes the renewal of a motor vehicle selling license with restrictions to MC Auto Sales on Maniloking Road. The restrictions state that the applicant is limited to no more than 3 cars on display at any one time, and that no vehicles can be parked or be displayed in an existing fire lane or loading area. Thank you.
Thank you. 419.
Authorize motor vehicle selling license with restrictions 2024 Joe's Towing and Auto Truck Repair.
Councilman Menachino.
Thank you. This resolution authorizes the renewal of a motor vehicle selling license with restrictions to Joe's Towing and Auto, Manalocan Road. The restriction states that the applicant is limited to no more than 3 cars on display at any one time, and that no vehicle can park or be parked displayed in existing lane or fire lane or loading area. Thank you.
420.
Authorized towing license 2024.
This resolution authorizes the renewal of police towing licenses for 2024 to 9 towers. Land Use Code Enforcement in the Fire Bureau has inspected the licensees and found them in compliance, as have the police department. 421.
Authorized mobile home park license Princeton Beach Estates LLC.
Councilwoman Travers.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes a mobile home park license for 2023 to Princeton Beach Estates Mobile Home Park on Princeton Avenue. Thank you.
Thank you. 422.
422A is an inspection fund release for Block 32304, Lot 6 and 8.01 in the amount of $733.66. B is an inspection fund release for Block 672, Lot 11 in the amount of $453.53.
Thank you. 423. Mrs. Bracken.
23A is a tax exemption at Block 1404.03, Lot 17. 23B is the annual interest adjustment for 2024. This resolution establishes the interest rates for delinquent taxes and tax sale redemptions in accordance with the state statute.
Thank you. Can I please have a motion and a second?
Motion.
Second.
Open to council. Close council. Open to public for councils on these resolutions only. Yes.
Just trying to avoid that annoying click. Sam Foster, Teagle Drive, Brick. Quick comments about resolution number 1. First of all, I want to thank the council for this resolution. I am a non-smoker, and as I believe it was Councilwoman Zabzik said about the I've had a lot of things happen to me. I've had a smoker threaten to burn a cigar out in my face when he was smoking in a non-smoking spot. Another time at another casino, it was a no-smoking table, and they made it smoking table because in Asia, well, I'm not going to, forget that, I shouldn't have said ethnicity, but man pulled out a roll of $100 bills, and the dealer said to me, you know, you're betting, I don't go without $200. He's betting $500 a hand. He says, hey, look, you know, I said, hey, look, you got all those empty smoking tables over there. So you're absolutely right about that. Also, for those, I know that I'm speaking to, I know you are all, well, you're all in support of this, but for the people who complain about casinos saying that casinos should not ban smoking in casinos, if that made sense. I'm not really with it too much tonight. I would like to point out that there are a lot of Vegas casinos that are smoke-free, and they're just as profitable as the other ones. And also, there are, when the casinos, when they had that, they had a section of the casino was supposed to be set off for 20%, I think it was, or something like that, for smokers. The smoking rooms, no one was ever in them. And the reason why, and this is true, and I had to laugh at smokers when they said this, they said they didn't want to smoke in the smoking room because there's too much smoke in there. And the same thing with the smoking tables. I says, there's a smoking table there. He says, yeah, well, I don't want to smoke it up there because the smoke bothers me. I says, how do you think I feel? I'm a non-smoker. So they cater to the smokers. And I wanted to also make a point here because before my mortgage, I was down there every day. Before my mortgage, I was every day literally in Atlantic City. You all knew me by first name, which is kind of a bad sign when everybody in the casino knows you by first name. And one thing that people have to remember here is that when the casinos complain about they need to have smoking in casinos because you'll lose customers, they talk about their profit. And what people have to understand is that according to the Casino Control Commission, it's right there on the website. Years ago, when America Online was still around, I posted something on my AOL journal about this. I might have done it on Facebook too, but the amount, the casino win is how much money that a casino wins from a gambler. It has nothing to do with how many people are going to a casino. So the argument about that is really just bogus because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what percentage of smokers that they have. It's what the issue is it's how much money people win from the casino. That determines their win or loss. In a lot of casinos like Borgata, I like that one. They have a lot of things like restaurants. Sometimes I'll go down there just to eat because it's such a nice place, in the IMAX Theater in Tropicana. So the arguments that they have about this are not valid. Years ago, I think, again, Councilman Zapsik, you might have mentioned about there's a temporary ban. I think during COVID, they banned it. And I was down there and I says, wow, everybody loved it because they said the air was so clean. But it didn't really, if you look at the casino's profit margin for those months, it really didn't take a hit, except for, obviously the drop off from COVID. So you're right. And I would hope that people that support the casinos allowing smoking should understand this, because their arguments are not valid. Also, I wanted to ask if anybody knows, I know my position of this council, obviously you wouldn't have put this on the agenda if you didn't support the smoking ban being extended to the entire casino. Does anybody know if our county legislatures, Holmes Apple and all the other ones there in Ocean County, are they in favor of this extending the smoking ban or opposed to it? Do you know offhand? You're not sure?
I don't know one way or the other, but none of our legislators signed on as co-sponsors.
Nobody? Not even Singer or anybody? No?
Actually, was going to keep names out of it, but since you asked a direct question, I'll give you a direct answer. Senator Singer was a co-sponsor and he withdrew his support 2 weeks ago.
Okay, because I know Atlantic City, I've run into politicians down there and, from Atlantic County. And there was one, I forgot his name, but he's very pro casino. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a major employer down there in tax base. But I just want to thank this council for that support. And again, people who would criticize extending the smoking ban to all casinos, talking about how it's going to lose revenue, it's really not going to, because the casino employees themselves said, there's a time, I forgot what governor it was, but they extended it. I think it was under Christie, where they did temporarily extend the ban to the entire casino. And there was no that was before COVID. I forgot exactly what it was. I think it's something about there was a LASP in the something about they had to get an extension to the exemption or something like that. But there was no drop off in attendance or revenue. You look at the Casino Control Commission, has it right there on their website, and you can see the years of the revenue that casinos make. And again, as I said, casinos are going to other things other than gambling. Like I said, Borgata, great restaurants there, and Tropicana. So thank you for that support of that.
Yes?
I'm guessing on number 3, it's just a typo, right?
Yes.
Okay. Number 1. Great, wonderful, spectacular. But that's 50 miles away. Why don't we do it on the Garden State Parkway? Why don't we have a resolution that says we should support this in the state, everywhere else, stuff like that? Why don't we have, so great that we have a resolution supporting something 50 miles away. In our own backyard, though, we don't have a resolution. It's amazing that we do not have one. Nobody cares to make it. So I'm glad you have it.
Sir, we did one years ago.
Maybe you should do another then.
We did one.
Maybe, whatever John Sluka, 950 Sylvia Court. So how is this different, being locked up in a casino or breathing the air around here from the Garden State Parkway? Does anybody have an answer to that? Probably not, I would guess, because otherwise they would have brought it up the last years and years ago, less years and years ago, every time we have a possibility. Thank you.
Anybody else? Yes.
Nan Call, 18 Greenbrier Boulevard. My pen is running out of ink, so I wasn't able to denote the one. There was one that was missing a critical measure in the group of proposals. It seems to me it was somewhere around 4-9, if you could tell me. And the other is I noticed that in certain places you have repeated what I've asked for years, not just block and lot, but also the address that it's known as. But you don't have it on the bond releases. I would appreciate that you do that. And the last is in connection with what Mr. name went out of my head, Sam. Mr. Sam, I'm gonna call him. The statement in it was that if it's not passed by January 9th, you go back to square one and have to get it reintroduced. I think we need to bond together that that does not happen. That either everybody has to do it, or that it picks up from where it was and you just recount who now may have changed their mind. Starting the whole process over again is ludicrous. So that's it, thank you.
Anybody else? Yes.
Hi, Vic Finelli. I like your hat, but I think you were second place.
Oh, no, without a doubt.
A couple quick and easy ones, I hope. Number 7 on snow removal. I was just wondering, you only had 2, if I read it right, you only had 2 people who responded or you accepted. Usually you have 5, 6, or 7, so I'm wondering why only 2. Second part of that was how many do you actually need? And third part of it, does Brick actually do their own snow plowing?
We have already gone out to bid and rebid again. This is a rebid. We have, I believe this brings us up to 38, is that correct? Which is what we need to get done with the town. The township also plows along with the outside entities
Okay,
once it hits 4 inches.
so you have 38?
Yep,
Is that companies or vehicles?
companies, pieces of equipment.
Piece of equipment. So how many do you need? If you're going out to rebid again?
May I?
Yeah.
So the first time we got a good number, the second time is a few more to add to that number. We have plowed successfully with 38 pieces of equipment, so we feel like we can breathe with what we have, but we'd always like to have more.
Okay. And Brick does their own, do they use pickup trucks or the garbage truck? I never see Brick equipment way back where I live. I mean, I get plowed,
Right.
but it's usually some company with a payloader. Does Brick use all of their equipment or
We
just?
use all of our equipment. Every CDL driver is out, every piece of equipment with a plow is out, and even equipment that doesn't have a plow is out to help guide some of the snow contractors who may be unfamiliar with some neighborhoods.
And I hope we get as much snow as we did last year.
Me too.
Yay. Snow's a
Okay.
4-letter word.
Second part, on number 16, all the stuff with the marina. I know most marinas don't strictly enforce their dates, but I'm just curious as to why you leave a 2-week window on both ends where you can't do either. April 15th to October 15th is the slip rental, and then winter storage starts November 1st and ends March 31st. Why do you leave a 2-week window on both ends of that?
So we leave a 2-week window to give folks the opportunity. We don't want them all coming on the same day to put their boats in the water, and we don't want them all coming on the same day to take them out of the water. So we give them a 2-week window of each activity and start charging on that date. So we give a 2-week to take them out, 2 weeks to put them in.
That makes sense. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anybody else on the resolutions? Seeing none, roll call.
Councilwoman Pontoriero,
Yes.
Councilman Ambrosino,
Yes.
Councilman Minikino,
Yes.
Councilwoman Travers,
Yes.
Vice President Zapsik,
Yes.
President DeYoung.
Yes.
Thank you.
Moving on to Bill Resolution Computer 2023.
Be it resolved by the Township Council of the Township of Brick that the following bills be paid and that the mayor and clerk be and are hereby authorized to draw orders on the treasurer for the amounts of the same. Computer bill resolution in the amount of $5,525,330.
Very good. I will ask for a motion in a second.
Motion.
Second.
Open to count. close council, open to public on computer bill resolutions. Seeing none, close public, roll call.
Councilwoman Pontoriero,
Yes.
Councilman Ambrosino,
Yes.
Councilman Menachino,
Yes.
Councilwoman Travers,
Yes.
Vice President Zapsik,
Yes.
President DeYoung.
Yes. Moving on to bill resolution manual 2023.
Be it resolved by the Township Council of the Township of Brick that the following bills be paid and that the mayor and clerk be and are hereby authorized to draw orders on the treasurer for the amounts of the same. Manual bill resolution in the amount of $2,345,817.84.
Motion and a second, please?
Motion.
Second.
Open to council. Close council, open to public on manual bill resolutions only. Seeing none, close public, roll call.
Councilwoman Pontoriero,
Yes.
Councilman Ambrosino,
Yes.
Councilman Menachino,
Yes.
Councilwoman Travers,
Yes.
Vice President Zapsik,
Yes.
President DeYoung.
Yes.
Thank you.
Moving on to ordinance on first reading, there is no public hearing on first reading.
Sorry, I got a little disorganized here. An ordinance of the Township of Brick, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, amending the Township Code of the Township of Brick in Section 110-18 to establish a daily parking discount for seniors at the Ocean Beaches parking lots.
Council Vice President Zapsik.
Thank you, Council President. The council's Recreation Committee is recommending modifying the implementation of senior citizens' rates for beach parking to a discounted rate of $1 per day, which can be purchased at the beach with an ID. Thank you.
Thank you. Can I please have a motion and a second?
Motion.
Second.
Can I open to council, close council, roll call.
Councilwoman Pontoriero,
Yes.
Councilman Ambrosino,
Yes.
Councilman Menachino,
Yes.
Councilwoman Travers,
Yes.
Vice President Zapsik,
Yes.
President DeYoung.
Yes.
Thank
Now
you.
we're moving on to ordinances on second reading, 6-1.
Bond ordinance providing for the acquisition and purchase of real property for the open space preservation purposes by and in the Township of Brick in the County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, appropriating $390,000 therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $370,500 in bonds or notes of the township to finance the costs thereof.
Thank you. Mayor.
Thank you. The Brick Open Space Savers Committee is recommending the acquisition of property located on the corner of Herbertsville Road and Maple Avenue and adjacent to the 175-acre sawmill tract open space area. This property is listed on the township's most recent planning incentive plan as proposed acquisition and would provide additional acreage to the township's recreation and open space inventory. The property is residential and wooded in nature, bound by the Bureau of Fire Commissioners Fire Training Center, the Sawmill Tract, a residential neighborhood, and spans between First and Maple Avenues. The parcel is currently zoned as Village Zone, which could yield new single-family residential homes or mixed use, residential and commercial development on a very busy intersection of Maple Avenue and Herbertsville Road. It is adjacent to RR2 Rural Residential, 1-acre zoning, and R7.5 zone single-family 7,500 square foot. The property is designated in the New Jersey State Plan as Planning Area 2 and is in a sewer service area. The property has a number of species of special concern, including Cooper's hawk, great blue heron, and barred owl that are state threatened. The property is also adjacent to the Sawmill Pond Creek, and I just want to go back because it's 1.75 acres. I may have read it as 175, and I apologize. Boy, that would have been something, huh? So there's a decimal point missing there, so 1.75 acre. The township submitted for Green Acres approval for the acquisition as part of its ongoing planning incentive plan grant, and the bond ordinance amount is $390,000. Thank you.
Thank you. Can I please have a motion and a second?
Motion.
Second.
Open to council. Close council. Open to public on this ordinance only. Yes.
That's regarding the open space?
This ordinance, yes.
Just to confirm, this is ordinance second reading number 2, correct?
No, we're number 1.
Bond ordinance Oh, yeah, open space, okay, I'm sorry, yeah. I want to thank council for this presentation of open space. I consider myself to be a conservationist, not an extreme, and I don't want to get environmental smeared at me, but I think that it's very important. I've lived in Brick since 1970, and it's sad. I remember driving towards Silverton, I guess that'd be Brick Bar, where the Stop and Shop is. That used to be all woods right there. And I used to walk to high school too, back in my younger and thinner days, and now it's all developed. They got the primary school there. That used to be all woods. So it's kind of sad, but also I understand it's important to develop in order to receive tax revenue for the township. But there has to be a compromise, and Brick Campus really has been built up. So Mayor Crate, I think you're doing a great job on this subject, and that's something that I'm very glad to see that you, or along with your predecessors, have done a good job on that issue. So thank you for that.
Thank you. Anybody else? Seeing none, close public roll call.
Councilwoman Pontoriero,
Yes.
Councilman Ambrosino,
Yes.
Councilman Menachino,
Yes.
Councilwoman Travers,
Yes.
Vice President Zapsik,
Yes.
President DeYoung.
Yes.
Thank you.
Moving on to 6.2, another ordinance on second reading.
An ordinance of the Township of Brick, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, amending the Township Code of the Township of Brick in Section 288-40 to exclude vehicles over 4 tons from certain sections of Van Zyl Road.
Councilman Menachino.
Thank you. This ordinance supports the need to exclude trucks over 4 tons along Van Zyl Road between New Jersey Route 70 and Burt Tavern Road. The Police Department's Traffic Safety Bureau and Ocean County Engineer Office made this request to the New Jersey DOT after investigating complaints from residents. Thank you.
Thank you. Can I please have a motion and a second?
Motion.
Second. Open to council. Close council. Open to public on this ordinance only. Yes.
And call 18 Greenbrier Boulevard. I hope that at some point you will provide a map that shows where on Van Zyl those large trucks can drive and where they can't. And taking into account that if you have it broken up like that, what does it do to the driving pattern? My husband was a truck driver and he was qualified for a number 1 CDL, which meant he could drive anything but a bus under that license. And making some of those turns isn't going to be easy. And they loused up the turn coming off of Lane's Mill, making a right turn onto Burnt Tavern, where it tells you, don't drive distracted. How the heck can I not be distracted when the turning surface is very narrow, where the lanes are difficult to maneuver? It's a hard right, and it should never be a hard right or a hard left. But that was during COVID, another benefit we have. So I hope you'll publish somewhere for everybody to see how you're breaking this up. At this point, this town is not a small town, and it should not have these kind of crazy traffic rules.
Councilman Menachino said on Van Zyl Road, it is between Route 70 and Burnt Tavern Road. That is what Councilman Menachino said. Anybody else on this ordinance? Seeing none, close public roll call.
Councilwoman Pontoriero,
Yes.
Councilman Ambrosino,
Yes.
Councilman Menachino,
Yes.
Councilwoman Travers,
Yes.
Vice President Zapsik,
Yes.
President DeYoung.
Yes.
Thank you.
Moving on to public comment.
Please note that each person addressing the council during any section of the meeting during which public comment is permitted shall limit his or her remarks to 5 minutes pursuant to Brick Township Administrative Code, Section 2-33B.
Okay, John Sluka, 950 Sylvia Court. I'll read my letter dated December 4th. Dear Mayor Crate, Council President Heather DeYoung, and councilmen and councilwomen, as all the residents in Brick, students and workers of Brick and all of Ocean County. The New Jersey Turnpike Authority Commissioners destroyed the environment near and on the Garden State Parkway. The citizens of Brick and Ocean County continue to be harmed by the toxins, the noise, and the various dangers surrounding the Garden State Parkway. Vast walls and increased foliage are needed on the Garden State Parkway around Evergreen Woods condo area, Brick High School, Primrose Gardens, Sutton Village, Lanes Mill School, Greenbrier, Town Hall, Birchwood Park, and other areas. Air pollution is harmful to everyone. The National Institute of Environmental Health Science states air pollution is a human carcinogen. They use large studies to surmise that living near a major roadway may increase a woman's risk for breast cancer. Fine particulate matter can impair blood vessel functions with increased risk of stroke. In elder Americans, it can lower the lower levels of high-density lipoproteins, creating a risk of cardiovascular diseases, and it can cause a pregnant woman's change in blood pressure, causing hypertensive disorders, which are a leading cause of preterm births, low birth weight, and maternal and fetal illness and death. Air pollution can affect lung development and the development of emphysema, asthma, and COPD. In 2012, an article on How Things Work, they state that there are 3 major pollutants from cars: particulate matter, carbon dioxide, and nitrogen dioxide, all of which impact the bloodstream, the lungs, heart, brains, and other areas in the respiratory system. It's no wonder why people are keeping their children home away from schools and having homeschooled children. And it's all because of the New Jersey Turnpike Authority Commissioners. The people of Evergreen Woods, Brick High, Lanes Mill School, Greenbrier 1 and 2, Briar Mill, Birchwood, Cherrywood, the library, and the town hall, all of which have been suffering for years, need you to take all means necessary. Roadway noise and toxins are killing our citizens. They need you to act and do it now. Maybe we need a resolution and letters and corrective actions each year, every year, not just once in a lifetime. Thank you for your time. I yield back 2 minutes.
Anybody else? Yes.
Public comments, correct? Sam Foster, Teague Drive. Quick question now. Public comments can be about anything. It does not have to be about the township, am I correct? Or do you prefer it to be limited to township business?
We are council people, so we can answer township items.
Okay, well, I just had a comment here. I want to make a comment about resolutions, and that is that I was glad to hear the council a resolution about the non-smoking being extended to all to the casinos. My question is that I am saying this not just as a person of Jewish descent, but also as a citizen. I'm upset by the what has been going on, not just in Israel and the Middle East, but also as a anti-Semitism, the rise of it throughout the world. And I would just hope that I would like to ask that this council would make a statement against anti-Semitism by whatever it's called, putting in having a resolution recognizing and condemning anti-Semitism. As I said, someone of Jewish descent, I had a grandmother who used to cry because she had a relative that was going to be sent over here. It's an infamous story. If you read history, it's about during before World War II, the ship filled with Jewish refugees came, and the Roosevelt administration refused to let it dock. And my grandmother's sister was on that ship. And for years afterwards, she kept a newspaper clipping until my mother finally ripped it up and threw it out because she could sit there and she says, I don't know why FDR did this, because he ordered the Coast Guard not to allow the ship to dock. And those people, most of whom were Jewish, were sent back to Europe, where many of them died. My grandmother's sister, I guess that would make her my aunt, died at, I think it was Buchenwald. So as someone of, I'm not a practicing Jew, but ethnic Jew, this is important to me, and it's important to everybody else. And I'm not trying to be a one-sided here. I understand also there is a rise not only in anti-Semitism, but anti-Arab or Islamic hate crimes as well. And I hope that this council could pass a resolution recognizing and condemning both of them, because both are equally evil, and that's the word I would use to describe it. So, thank you.
Anybody else? Yes.
Vicky Fabricki, 217 Van Zyl Road. I just wanted to, myself and the residents of Van Zyl Road and surrounding communities would like to thank the council and the mayor for, approving section 28840. I would like to thank personally Joanne Bergen for her help and hard work. I'm not familiar with local government, and this is, a little overwhelming. And I also, a special thanks to the traffic engineer of Ocean County, Lynn Lemunion. She did a lot to help with this. And I would like Nan to know, she commented on Van Zyl, and this was an effort to replace a sign that had already been posted and was taken down, and we didn't know why. Bird Tavern Road was designated for tractor trailers when it was widened years ago. So this was just all an effort to replace something that was already there. But anyway, I just wanted to say how deeply appreciative the residents are for this. I mean, it's been a nightmare. I don't know, there's many sections of Van Zyl Road that are extremely residential and very close to the road. And it's been rattling, up to upwards of 15 tractor trailers coming through a day, and mostly between 10 p.m. and 3 a.m. in the morning. So my heartfelt gratitude to all of you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm going to enjoy some sleep sometime soon, I hope.
Thank you. Anybody else? Seeing none, close public. Mrs. Bergen?
I have nothing, thank you.
Mayor?
Hello. I just wanted to review some of the things we've done over the last couple of weeks and, send out some commendations for people who've assisted in making these things happen. For people who attended the Christmas tree lighting and our visit from Santa, thank you. We had a lot of help getting that together, and, from our Parks Department to Recreation to John Lola and everyone who played a part in making that night a success. It was probably the first coldest night that we've had in a long time. And we were quite cold, and so we tried to make the festivities as heartwarming as possible. And I think the kids had a good time, and everyone got to visit Santa that wanted to. So thank you for that. We also had menorah lighting here last week, which was very well attended. We've had a lot of menorah lightings over the years, and I think this was one of our best attended. So we appreciate that. We appreciate Rabbi Rubin always working with us to be able to celebrate Hanukkah as well. And we had a beautiful ceremony where there was singing and some history about Hanukkah and the menorah and the different things that go along with that. And we had a lot of fun with the children that came that were very excited about helping to light the menorah for the first night of Hanukkah. So thank you for everyone who came out to that as well. The PBA has been running their Toys for Tots toy drive over the last few weeks, and it's been quite successful. And over the last, yesterday and then tomorrow evening, the Mayor's Student Advisory has been working to wrap all of those gifts that will go out to our local families. So I want to thank the PBA for all of their hard work and dedication to our community, and thank the Student Advisory and some of the police officers from the PBA who stopped by our teen center to help us wrap those gifts. They are not professional, but they're done with love. So please remember that when you receive your gifts. And I want to thank the BOSS committee for our second reading tonight for that piece of property that we were able to obtain. That committee works very hard. They meet monthly. They are diligent about going through the properties that are available and the properties that we're seeking to preserve, and I want to commend that group for continuing on. So that wasn't a one and done for them. They're really looking forward to heading into 2024 and again, continuing to meet monthly to look over the properties that are available here in Brick and how we can work with our residents to get those properties to remain green. I want to commend the Brick Memorial High School Drama Club. I was able to attend Mean Girls last Friday, and it was so much fun. And I am one of the few people on earth who has not seen the movie yet. And I want to tell you, it was so much fun watching something that I didn't really know the storyline to, so it made it a little more fun for me. And the students who performed that evening and into the weekend were just phenomenal, and I commend them for their hard work, and it was a lot of fun. And I would like to say, if for future shows, when they have their shows in the spring, both the Township and Memorial, I really highly recommend that the public come out and see some of the great work that our students are doing with the drama clubs. We had a pickup brick at the Sawmill Tract on Saturday. We had perfect weather for it. I had the idea, and I had asked Vin, the gentleman who runs it, along with Tony Kono, they're from our Environmental Commission, that maybe we look at some winter dates when we do our pickup bricks, because a couple of reasons. One, you can actually see the garbage because there's no brush really in the way at that point. And also, lack of bugs, which is nice. No ticks, no mosquitoes, no other bugs flying around your head. So, and it turned out to be the perfect day. It really wasn't that cold. And we had about 100 volunteers come out between the ROTC from Brick Memorial. We had some Boy Scout troops come out, and it was really just a great showing. And we picked up a lot of garbage. And that is such a beautiful area. If you have not walked the Sawmill Tract, I highly recommend it. It's a beautiful area, wide open trails, and I invite you to come out and enjoy some of what we have to offer in Brick when it comes to hiking, because there's a lot of hiking around Brick. We did a ribbon cutting on Sunday at the Air Salon on Brick Boulevard. It's like in the old Top Tomato. Really nice suites for both hair and, I believe, nail salon. So please check that out. It's a beautiful, they redid the whole inside, and it's really lovely inside. So check out the Air Salon. They just opened. I want to thank the Girl Scouts for coming tonight. I got to meet with them ahead of time, and then thank them for doing the pledge for us this evening, and commend Riley on all of her hard work for her collection and working with our teachers throughout the district. We have a neighborhood watch on Wednesday evening. Tomorrow night. Oh my goodness, the day's getting away from me. Tomorrow night, December 13th at 7 p.m. at Evergreen Woods. So if you live in that community, please join us. And Saturday at 9 a.m., we will have our Wreaths Across America ceremony at Gravely Graveyard. That's right off of Princeton Avenue. There's a sign for it right on Princeton. You just kind of have to go up. It's sort of tucked away in a neighborhood, but it's a beautiful ceremony that we attend each year, and you have the opportunity to learn about servicemen and women who have served and are now laying in rest here in Brick, and that we do wreaths for those. So it's a very nice ceremony, and you have the opportunity to lay a wreath on someone who served our country. At 12 o'clock, there will be another Wreaths Across America opportunity for you to participate in here in Brick. It's at the Osborneville Protestant Church, and that, again, is at 12 o'clock, and that's located on Manalooking Road. And finally, well, not finally, just one more thing, Visitation Church Luncheon, the last one for the year, is Thursday, December 21st. The doors open at 11:30 a.m., and food service starts at noon. So we invite you to join us for lunch on that day, and I'd like to wish everyone a happy Hanukkah and a Merry Christmas, and happy holidays for whatever holiday you celebrate during this time of year. There's a lot of them going on right now, and a very happy New Year. Although I know we're meeting on the 29th, I do want to wish everyone the safe and happy holiday season. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Mr. Starkey. Thank you. Madam Clerk?
Nothing, thank you.
Mrs. Murphy?
Happy holidays, everyone.
Thank you. Councilwoman Pontarera?
Thank you, Madam President. As we approach the holidays, whether you're celebrating Christmas or Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, or any of the myriad of holidays, I think that everyone can take notice of how much financially our residents, along with the country, has suffered. There are a lot of people that are going to have a much leaner Christmas. And I wanted to just perhaps give an idea to residents who are in a similar situation, and it's something that I've done with my family. And that's to ask for a gift of service in your name. So, for example, my 16-year-old son, rather than him buying me something at the Five Below, I asked that he call Town Firehouse, and sure enough, they needed help on Sunday with something. That's the best gift that I could ask for, is to have someone do something good for someone else. So if you're in a position financially where you are limited, think of it as an opportunity to look outside of the box and think about really the reason for the season, and try to give a gift that will help others. With that, that's all I have. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Councilman Ambrosino?
Thank you. I'd also like to thank the Girl Scouts for leading us in the pledge tonight, and just simply wish everybody in town a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
Thank you. Councilman Menachino?
Thank you. Just again, happy holidays to everybody.
Councilwoman Travers?
I'm going to follow suit with everybody else and just wish everyone happy holidays.
Council Vice President Zapsik?
Thank you, Council President. Just warmest wishes to everyone for a happy holiday season from my family to all of yours. Be safe, be happy, be healthy. Thank you.
Thank you. I just want to thank everybody for obliging me in wearing your holiday cheer. A theme is a dream for me, so thank you so much, everybody. And also, I would like to wish everybody a happy holidays, happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmaka, as my mother would say. And our next council meeting is going to be on December 23rd. Can I please have a motion and a...
December 29th.
29th, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the year. 29. 29. Can I please have a motion and a second?
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.